You can feel it. A little chill in the morning air, briskness against your skin in the morning. The lawn isn't growing as fast as it used to. It crunches a little more under your feet. Leaves on the trees are starting to turn different shades of color, away from the bright greens. School's starting. Hear the school bus engines roar in the distance. Everything, it seems, is slowing down a little, except one thing. It's a staple of this time of year, always has been. Sounds of grunts and growls, a lot of pushing and shoving, and absolutely no holding. Hard workers preparing for a job. A lot to do, a lot to show, a lot to prove. Hard lines, hash marks, X's and O's, a lot of film, and just plain old hard work. And they can use these lessons throughout life. It's the season we've all been expecting. Hello everybody, I'm David Sullivan. Welcome to high school football at Riptide on the River. We'd like to welcome a new sponsor to the show, the Men's Mission Breakfast Club. Find out more here. Hello everybody, David Sullivan here with Coach Bert Browne. Welcome to the show this week as we come to you from Riptide with a nice warm fire in the background on a nice chilly fall night, Bert. Let's talk about the playoff game with Boone County. Kind of let you wrap that up for us as we wrap up the season here.
Well, you know, we felt like going into the football game that we could win the football game. Of course, you know, we're a 1 seed and they were 4. Everybody I talked to in Northern Kentucky said they should have been the 1. Because they were more talented than anybody in their district. And of course that's a tough district. You got Ryle and Boone County in it, and I think they kind of stubbed their toes a couple games there that they got beat and ended up a 4. I know that in one poll they were 18th ranked football team overall in the state of Kentucky. So I knew going in it's going to be a tough football game, plus tradition. I told our kids all week, you know, this is a football team that is from a football school, and by that I mean for years they've been whipping people, and their kids have been, since they were little bitty boys, have been coming to football games and seeing Boone County beat people. So they expect it. And I'm not talking about 7 or 8 wins. I'm talking about 10 and 11 wins. You know, Sean Alexander played there, great football player, of course. You know, NFL MVP, and so those guys are brought up to play football all their lives up there in Northern Kentucky, and got big coaching staffs, and it's a big deal in Northern Kentucky. So I told our kids, we're going into a football game with a team that is not a true 4 seed, because everybody else in the state besides us, I'm pretty sure, had a cakewalk in the first game that won their district, except us. We had a team that was a heck of a football team, 6-4, and probably lost 3 games they shouldn't have. You know, I talked to them about their tradition all week and told them, I said, you can get these guys down 21, 28 points, and they're not going to quit. They're going to believe that they're going to win the football game, and that's what happened. I mean, you know, we jump out on them 13-0 and get a fumble, drive it down to the 3 or 4 or 5, I guess the 5, and it's 2nd and 2, and we run the veer and take a 2 or 3 yard loss, and now it's 3rd down, and we end up not scoring there, and they end up taking that. Instead of that being a 3 touchdown lead, they take that football all the way down and score the touchdown. So now it's 13-7, and I knew going in that kind of thing was going to happen. I knew that there was no lead safe enough. Now I thought there, if we had scored that, gone up 3 touchdowns, that was going to be pretty tough for the way that we were clicking offensively and our defense was playing, for them to be able to get back in it by the end of the third quarter anyway. But I knew that if they go down there and score, which they did, that it's going to be a football game, and we didn't. We didn't score there in the first quarter, so it was kind of one of those deals that, that first quarter, we hit them with a heck of a punch. One of those, I guess, through the late, great Joe Frazier. Didn't he break Ali's jaw, and Ali ended up beating him, and that's kind of what we did. We broke their jaw in the first quarter, and they were Muhammad Ali. They came back and did a great job there in the first quarter and marched it down there on us.
Well, that does seem to be that failure to score when you were down close to that third touchdown swung the momentum, and they took advantage of it. No
doubt their defense just and really, if we do the things that we've got to do there, get a block here, read this, read that, we go in there and score and get that first down and get it first and gold on a 3 or whatever it may be. And that's just something, and I've preached this to the guys since I got here. You've got to think in a totally different mindset. That's what I'm trying to do here. I want our guys to think in a totally different mindset. We're going to win district championships. That's going to be something that we do. We got to start thinking about state championships here, because you're never going to do it unless you think about it and you work for it. That's the bottom line. Nobody's ever won a championship at the state or national level thinking about winning a district championship. It's always been, they know going in that we are going to win the state championship, and this is what we have to do from the end of the season until the start of the next one and through that season. That's got to be our mindset. And that's Boone County's mindset, and it's been Boone County's mindset for 20-some years, 25 years. That's been their mindset. They want to win state championships. So, but they, to their credit, they did a heck of a job there, and it did swing the momentum. And they took that football 94, 96 yards, whatever it may be, went down and scored, So it was a tough first half, and we gave them a heck of a punch, and our defense played their tails off. And
you still ended up, you had the lead at halftime.
Yeah, we did. We had the lead at halftime. I think it was 21-14, and I told our kids, I said, hey, we got to keep swinging now, because this bunch they're going to score again. You're just not going to limit them to 14 points. I knew going in that they can run the ball. They're physical. They're big and strong. They got daggone 14 football coaches that are in that dang weight room in the winter with them, working the daggone crud out of them. So I knew that their backs are strong. They had 2 defensive ends, 185 pounds. And like I told our kids, I had a wheel linebacker that's 5'8", maybe. They list him at 5'8", so he's probably 5'7", about 185 pounds. And I told our kids, that guy right there is a bad boy. If he's that small and he's playing wheel linebacker for them, he will rock your world. And I know Jameis Chenault, our fullback, came out after that first drive, and he hit that kid pretty good, and that kid hit him pretty good. And he goes, Coach, you're right. He'll hit you. And I said, well, they grow up doing that. That's what they grow up doing. I give them all the credit in the world for coming back there, because we had them on the ropes. There's no question about that in the first half.
We'll come back in just a minute and have Bert talk about the second half of the Boone County game. Stay with us, and we will take this break right now, thanking some of our sponsors, including Luxury Pet Service and Luxon Patterson Attorneys. Back after this.
We'd like to thank our sponsors: Luxury Pets, the home of the happy dogs; the law firm of Luxon and Patterson; Riptide on the River Restaurant; Hopper's Jewelry; Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance Richmond; Dr. Dan Sipples Chiropractic Healthcare; Central Bank; Williams Tax and Financial Services; Regal Beagle Downtown Richmond; ERA Professional Hometown Services; Hall & Sons Auto Care; Be a Children's Champion; Reynolds Plumbing; Skipworth Veterinary Clinic, Super Save, Sight Savers Family Eye Care, Mackenzie Morgan Music, Davenport Custom Guitars, your local repair connection, First Gear in Richmond, Guardian Bank, home of the $250 deal. Listen to the Bert Browne Show on WWAG FM radio, real country playing stars and legends.
Hello, I'm David Sullivan.
And I'm Tommy Floyd, Superintendent with Madison County Schools.
We'd like to introduce you to two new high school sports programs. Watch the new Madison Central High School Football Coaches Show with Bert Browne and the Madison Southern High School Football Show with John Clark.
The shows will air on Madison County Schools Channel 9 as well as Time Warner Cable Channel 5.
Get in-depth thoughts and comments from coaches and players throughout the season. So if you enjoy local high school sports and the value and character they build, join us.
Because every student counts.
Hello, I'm David Sullivan.
I'm Bert Browne, head football coach at Madison Central High School.
Join us throughout the high school football season for the Bert Browne Coaches Show right here. We'd like to welcome a new sponsor to the show, the Men's Mission Breakfast Club. Find out more here. We continue now with Bert Browne here from Riptide on the River, thanking Hopper's Jewelry in Richmond and also State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goebel in Richmond as well for helping sponsor this show. Your team had the lead going into the second half. Kind of take us through Boone County and Madison Central through those last two quarters.
Well, of course, they come out and we get the football and don't do anything with it and punt. They get the football there, end up going down and scoring and tying it up. And, we just did not do much offensively in the second half. Really couldn't get in a rhythm. The officiating was not the cause of us losing because it was bad for both sides. I mean, they had 10 penalties for 81 yards and we had 10 for 80. So you never could get in the flow, and I think they picked 2 up, which I still, they got 12 in the huddle, and I'm pretty sure that's not one of the guys that's a college rule. No, it's not. I've sit and listened to officials in our meetings talk about that. You can't have a guy in a huddle and run him off the field. But they picked two up, so that's 22 flags in a high school football game. And, what kind of flow can you get in? Either team. You can't get in a flow, and that's not the goal of officials. I know that because I've been in enough of those meetings to know that those guys, a lot of them are good, and they understand that you don't want to throw 22 flags in a high school football game. So it wasn't the officials that beat us. It was both teams were equal as far as penalties go, but we just never could get anything going. When we did, we false start. We would do some things like that to hurt ourselves in a couple of those plays, but our defense played outstanding. I told our kids at halftime, I think we had 15 snaps in the first half. They had 34 or 3, and I told our offense at halftime, I said, we cannot do this to our defense. We've got to control the football. You shouldn't have, that's going to be 66 football plays. In a high school game, you're going to have about 45 or 41 offensive and defensive plays in a football game, and they had 33 at the half. So I was a little bit worried about that because you're keeping your defense out there for a long time. That's what I told our kids offensively. Well, we can't do that. We cannot keep our defense on the field this long because eventually they're going to break. When you're getting pounded on like that and they're running the football at you, eventually they're going to score some touchdowns because our defense has had to be out there so long. And we just didn't do the things in the second half offensively that we needed to get anything going. And I think their tradition took over a little bit, which is what I told our kids we're going to get that type of tradition where we feel like we're going to win every football game we play, and we're going to. You know, there's going to come a time, and I told our seniors after the football game, just like I told our seniors year before, you know, our seniors year before had a good work ethic, and they never quit, and they were 1-10, and they kept working and plugging hard and throughout the season. But these seniors this year have set a tone for us, won a district championship and things like that, for us to continue and climb more up that ladder. But that second half, our defense battled them, and you know, we just didn't do the things offensively that we needed to do.
Well, the season then has come to a close, and you mentioned you were 1-10 the year before, and certainly this year quite a bit better. We'll come back and kind of get your thoughts on your team and where it's going next year and what your plans are for working them to the winter. Okay?
All right.
We'll be back with Bert Browne in just a minute. Stay with us here. We want to remind you that right now we're going to pause for today's Student Athlete Showcase. We'll be back.
Close up. Pull.
My name is John Long,
And where do you go to school?
Madison Central High School.
All right. What grade you in?
I'm in 11th.
All right. How long have you been playing archery?
About 4 years, since 8th grade.
How did you get started?
My dad introduced me and my brother since we were very little, so this is about all we know.
All right. What do you like about archery?
It's a challenge, and I know I'm one of the few people that can actually do it, like successfully. I won for the world. I won a blue bow, a Andy Matthews bow I choose, 2 rail targets, a $2,400 scholarship to the Cumberlands, and my big trophy and plaque. For nationals, I got 4th place. I got a morale target, and I got $1,500 and a shoe off, and I got medal and plaque. For region, I got 1st place. I got a medal for that.
And what kind of plans do you have after high school?
I plan to go to college for wildlife management, and hopefully I can do that for the rest of my life.
My name is Courtney Patton.
And where do you go to school?
I go to school at B. Michael Cottle Middle School,
And what grade are you in?
8th grade.
All right. Tell me how you got started in archery.
I got started in 4th grade. It was the school's first year, and I thought it would be interesting.
Okay. Give me some kind of awards that you won as an individual and as a team.
As a team, we placed 3rd in the world. And I got runner-up in national overall, and I got overall middle school female.
All right. And tell me what you like about archery.
I like the competition, being able to meet new people, and the focus you have to have, and all the practice, and all your hard work. You have to work hard for what you get.
My name's Bradley Long,
What grade you in?
8th grade.
All right. How long you been doing archery?
Me and my brother, we've been doing archery for about 4 years.
All right. How did you get started?
Our dad introduced us into the archery program when we was little.
All right. And what do you like about archery?
It's fun, exciting, and you can meet new people. Like at World, you meet people from New Zealand.
All right. And what kind of awards, individual and team awards, have you won?
Team awards, at World, we got 3rd place. Individual awards, I got 4th place in the world with a plaque. Regionals, I got overall male by beating my brother by 4 points. And I got a medal.
My name's Jason Mead.
All right. What grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
And how long you been doing archery?
I've been shooting archery for 3 years now.
All right. How did you get started?
Back in 6th grade when the school was first built, I wanted to try out for the archery team, and I was successful in it.
All right. And what do you like about archery?
I like meeting new people from other countries and other states.
All right. Give me your name.
Sarah Lyons.
All right. What grade are you in?
I'm now in 7th
All right. How long you been participating in archery?
for 4 years now.
All right. How did you get started in archery?
My sister was in it, and then I decided to go in it, and then I was really good at it, so I decided to stay.
All right. What do you like about archery?
It gets a lot of stress out, and you get to meet new people.
We'd like to thank our sponsors: Luxury Pets, the home of the happy dogs; the law firm of Luxon and Patterson; Riptide on the River Restaurant; Hopper's Jewelry; Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance Richmond; Dr. Dan Sipples Chiropractic Healthcare; Central Bank; Williams Tax and Financial Services; Regal Beagle Downtown Richmond; ERA Professional Hometown Services; Hall & Sons Auto Care; Be a Children's Champion; Reynolds Plumbing; Skipworth Veterinary Clinic; Super Save; Sight Savers Family Eye Care; Mackenzie Morgan Music; Davenport Custom Guitars, your local repair connection; First Gear in Richmond; Guardian Bank, home of the $250 deal. Listen to the Bert Browne Show on WWAG FM radio, real country playing stars and legends.
Hello, I'm David Sullivan.
And I'm Tommy Floyd, Superintendent with Madison County Schools.
We'd like to introduce you to two new high school sports programs. Watch the new Madison Central High School Football Coaches Show with Bert Browne and the Madison Southern High School Football Show with John Clark.
The shows will air on Madison County Schools Channel 9, as well as Time Warner Cable Channel 5.
Get in-depth thoughts and comments from coaches and players throughout the season. So if you enjoy local high school sports and the value and character they build, join us.
Because every student counts.
We'd like to welcome a new sponsor to the show, the Men's Mission Breakfast Club. Find out more here. Back with Coach Bert Browne, wrapping up the season. Coach, how do you feel this after 2 seasons? You've seen the program improve, although it hasn't reached, I know, the level that you want to take it to.
You know, it's a kind of a bittersweet year for us. Our kids, we probably lost 3 football games we shouldn't have. Okay. But our kids really kept working hard, and you turn around and you go undefeated in our district against some awful good football teams. They're very athletic, and you can do that. That says a lot about our kids and how hard they've worked. But we're not where we want to be, and you know, I told the kids after the football game, you know, before the football game, I was telling our kids, hey, play every play like it's your last play, because one day, 10 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to go, man, I wish I'd have done this, or wish I. Don't be that guy. Make the other team be that guy. You know, make them look back 10, 20, 30 years from now and go, man, I wish when we played Madison Central, I would have done this. And so that's one of those things I know, you know, we do it my senior year. We don't win the district. Clark County beats us, and they didn't have a better football team than us. They didn't. We just went over and laid an egg, and they ended up beating us and shouldn't have, and we don't make the playoffs because that's when one team could go back then. And you know, we as my friends, we all get together and we talk about that. You know, I mean, that's just going to stick in your memory forever. But these guys have got a great memory. They've won the district championship, and they've set the tone for the guys coming after them. Because you go from a football program that has just been dismal to one that now has been a champion, a district champion. So we've got some things that we've got to do in the off season. We're still not where we want to be in the weight room as far as strength because we were behind. We're much better than we were when I first got here as far as strength goes. You know, we didn't have an offensive lineman bench 300 pounds, and now we do. You know, when you're playing 6A football, you don't have offensive linemen that bench 300 pounds. You're in trouble. but now we do. Our kids have made great strides in their squats and things like that. So, you know, numbers don't lie. And that weight room is a great equalizer. And I've talked to our kids about that. Numbers don't lie. I mean, 2 years ago, we were not where we needed to be in the weight room. Now we're making headway there. And hopefully this off season, we will be about where I would like us to be. You know, our sophomores have been with me now for 2 years, so they've been hitting the weights, and it's going to make a difference. So, you know, and our juniors are the same. So, this off season is going to be really big for us because you're looking at a group that, you know, we're very demanding in off season. I don't go home at 3 o'clock, you know, and I'm not going to do that. I mean, that's just not how you win championships. You don't win championships by checking out at 3. And I've told our kids that. And, you know, I tell their parents, hey, you know, we got a great band. We got a great bunch of cheerleaders. And, you know, they don't check out at 4 o'clock. They stay there and work. And that's how you win championships. I don't care what anybody says. Go to any program and anything that wins championships. And I'm not talking about just district championships. I'm talking about state championships. I'm talking about things like that. I'm talking about region championships, playing in the semifinals. Go to any one of them. Go to Highlands. You know, I talked to their head football coach a few times. Me and him talking. And I'm going to go up there this winter. We have a snow day one day. Coach O'Buck, we have our kids come in during snow days and lift weights, the ones that can make it there. I'm going to go up there one day and watch them. When we have a snow day, I'm going to get my rear end out of bed, and I'm going to drive up there to Highlands, and I'm going to watch what he does in the off season because they've won quite a few state championships, you know. So that's what you do. You go to where people have done these things, and you learn from them. And I've been there. I've coached there. I mean, I coached at LaGrange High in Georgia. I saw how they did it. I coached at EKU. I've seen how Coach Kidd did it. It's hard work. There's no secret to what it takes to become a champion. It's hard work, and you know, I'm demanding on the kids, and I'm demanding on our coaching staff. They're going to have their rear ends in that weight room with our kids, coaching them up on how to lift, and we're not checking out at when school's out. Now there are times when we do. You know, we don't lift 5 days a week. We will have some times there where we do go 5 days a week after school, and they're there. But, you know, it's like I told our kids, and I think if you ask our guys that were on the field this year, was it worth it? That weight room work, that track work, all that stuff you did in the summer, was it worth that to you to be a district champion? And that feeling that you had when we walked off that field against Clark County champions. And every one of them will say, you dang right it was. So we've got a lot of work to do, and we're going to do it. I'm not a sugarcoater, and I'm not a rear end patter all the time and tell everybody how great they're doing, and my kids know that. I coach them hard. I coach them like I'd like to be coached, and I'd like my son to be coached. And, you know, what we're going to do is be demanding because, you know, I'm always talking about what happens in real life, you know, when you get out there. You better get that job or you're not going to have money to feed your family. So you got to go beat the bushes. You got to work hard, and that's something that I think football above anything teaches kids how to, you know, give that extra effort because, you know, it doesn't feel very good to get hit. And, you know, boxing and football, that's the only two sports that you can get a feeling of just getting cold cocked and having to get your butt off that canvas or that dirt and that grass and go to the next play, especially in football because it's a team game. You know, boxing isn't, but football's a team game where that guy's counting on you. So I'm excited about what next year holds. We've got a lot of our juniors coming. All of our juniors are coming back. Got a great junior class. I talked to the sophomores the other day about them and about the improvements that they have to make and the things they have to do. And I'm gonna talk to each class about what I expect out of them. But there's no question our juniors are a great group of kids and a great group of football players, and our sophomores, I'm going to talk to them about stuff, and the freshmen, I'm going to talk to them, and I'm going to talk to the 8th graders and the 7th and the 6th graders probably next week about weightlifting, the 8th graders that are going to be freshmen coming over and lifting. So there's a lot of things going on, and it's just not, I think that a lot of people really don't understand that it's just not football season, and then we're all passing gear back up and we're all out of there and we're not doing anything. There is a lot going on from year round, especially for football in the weight room, because you have to be strong. Lifting weights is, first of all, is going to help you stay away from injury. Now, it's not going to prevent injury, but it'll help it. And then it'll help when you do get hurt for your body to bring itself back from that injury. So, you know, there's quite a bit of stuff that we've got to do. And but now, just talking about our football team this year, I was extremely proud of them. You ask them to a kid, we're not where we want to be. We didn't finish the season like we wanted to, but it was successful in the fact that we were champions, and our kids, something they can never take away from our guys. They've got that district title, and they'll come in there to a basketball game 15, 20 years from now and show their son. That's when your dad played football. That's when we won the district championship, and I guess that's the first one in 6 years. So it means a lot to our guys. I know that our kids have worked extremely hard, and I was so proud of our seniors. I mean, you know, those guys, what did they win, one football game or something like that, I guess their freshman year, you know, and didn't win a game, I guess, their sophomore year, and then won a few JV games last year, and as varsity they won one game. So you're talking about a group of seniors that have overcome a lot and just worked their rear ends and fannies off to be a champion. That's the biggest thing for me this year, is our seniors get to go out and poke their chests out there and say we were champions.
Thank you, and we look forward to the next season. And I know you got a lot of work, and your team does, but I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed being with you throughout the season.
I did too. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you all very much for being with us throughout the season. David Sullivan and Bert Browne, so long.
We'd like to thank our sponsors: Luxury Pets, the home of the happy dogs; the law firm of Luxon and Patterson; Riptide on the River Restaurant; Hopper's Jewelry; Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance Richmond; Dr. Dan Sipples Chiropractic Healthcare; Central Bank; Williams Tax and Financial Services; Regal Beagle Downtown Richmond; ERA Professional Hometown Services; Hall & Sons Auto Care; Be a Children's Champion; Reynolds Plumbing; Skipworth Veterinary Clinic; Super Save; Sight Savers Family Eye Care; Mackenzie Morgan Music; Davenport Custom Guitars, your local repair connection; First Gear in Richmond; Guardian Bank, home of the $250 deal. Listen to The Bert Browne Show on WWAG FM radio, real country playing stars and legends.
Hello, I'm David Sullivan.
And I'm Tommy Floyd, Superintendent with Madison County Schools.
We'd like to introduce you to two new high school sports programs. Watch the new Madison Central High School Football Coaches Show with Bert Browne and the Madison Southern High School Football Show with John Clark.
The shows will air on Madison County Schools Channel 9, as well as Time Warner Cable Channel 5.
Get in-depth thoughts and comments from coaches and players throughout the season. So if you enjoy local high school sports and the value and character they build, join us.
Because every student counts.
Hello, I'm David Sullivan.
I'm Bert Browne, head football coach at Madison Central High School.
Join us throughout the high school football season for the Bert Browne Coaches Show right here.
You can watch the Bert Browne Show on MadisonCentralFootball.com.
The Bert Browne Show is the property of Rosenbaum Communications, and distribution and recordings by any means is prohibited. To order quality copies of the program, please visit rosenbaumcommunications.com for information.